If you need level 40, unlimited, limited, clutch time, domination, triple threat, or anything else on your 2K account grinded, contact Rose NBA on Twitter and let them know X sent you. New Best of Domination. It's got some crazy rewards, but how do we beat it? That's what we're covering right here. So, in Best of Domination, there's pretty good reason to want it. Every single game that you win, you get a little contract, you get a superstar difficulty, you beat that, you get 500 MT, and you get a Hall of Fame difficulty, Best of Shot Creating option pack. It's kind of great. Now it's a different option pack each time. This one's shot creating, this one's playmaking, this one's finishing, and then we have defense, and then we have sharpshooting. So there's a lot of Hall of Fame badges you get, and you get a diamond contract. I think 6 total diamond contracts throughout doing this. Then a Best of Domination Diamond Consumables pack where you get 10 cards, 250 tokens, and you get end game Dark Matter James Harden all the way at the end, who has the Steph Curry base, and it's just absolutely insane. So yeah, it's pretty worth doing this domination, along with the fact that you get a bunch of XP for doing it, like 15,000 total XP for finishing all this domination. So how would I recommend going about doing it? So first off, we got to set up our squad. This is just like a rough squad that I'm having some fun with, but it's really just picking up defense. The good thing that you can do each time in all of these domination games, if you didn't know, is you can go over to them and you can select the game and you can actually compare teams. It's square here. I'm not 100% sure what it is on Xbox, but I think it's like Y, something like that. X, who knows? Not makes it on Xbox, but if you do that, you can actually compare what the teams are going to be. So this is just best of prime time, so we can get Pete Maravich, Zach LaVine, Elgin Baylor, Jamal Mashburn, and Moses Malone. All these guys can get buckets, and you can actually set up your team to defend these guys very well. I think I have quite the lineup there. One of the more difficult ones, I think, is the 76ers one, which is best of glitch, where you go against Ben Simmons, James Harden, Larry Bird, Larry Sanders, Yao Ming. Pretty tough. So you're going to want to have some taller centers and stuff like that for those guys. But in general, what I'd recommend is like a 6'5" or above PG. I just have Oscar Robertson on this here, but I'll probably pick up, I put on a bid for a Kate Cunningham, probably pick up Danny Granger, because I have a really tall point guard. That way you can guard those guys like Ben Simmons, have a good, versatile, all-around shooting guard. Your small forward, again, versatile, all-around, do everything, money jumper that you really like, especially important on these two guys. Really money, really fast jumper on your shooting guard and small forward. And then your power forward and center, you want them to be just a really good all-around on defense that can still hit threes. And your center has to be just one of those tall behemoths. I have Shaq, Manute Bol, Taco Fall, Yao Ming, all work perfectly for this position, whatever you got there. And most of them are pretty cheap, especially with the Shaq. And then just put in some bench pieces that you like to use and that you can have some fun with. Like I'll run a Draymond Green, Moses Malone, Ralph Sampson, because he's got that really good defense out there, or even run this to Dikembe Mutombo. And Jerry Sloan, I don't really love, but they haven't fixed the jumper on this Kobe Bryant, so who knows. But either way, general lineups like this. And then there's two things that you want to make sure you have aside from that. Make sure you have a really good coach. I'm running 7 seconds. You can see we have many early scoring chances. We have emphasis on more points per possession, and it can translate to some poor defense, and we can often get out rebounded. But running some tall guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Jaren Jackson, the rebound well, it'll kind of negate that. And then your playbook. So there's 2 playbooks that I recommend for this: the 2013 Heat playbook and the Warriors playbook. Those are the only 2 playbooks that I generally run. And I guess I can show you guys the plays you're going to want to run for both of these. So I'll just quickly put a contract on Dikembe Mutombo, and then we're going to load into this first game, and I'll show you guys exactly what you're going to want to do as soon as you load into this game. I'm just clicking on the wrong things. We're going to go to best of, go to the Phoenix Suns, and we'll start this game on Hall of Fame difficulty. Do not pick any of the other 2 difficulties. Always pick Hall of Fame, because you will get all 3 stars. I know some people play the first one on whatever difficulty it is, then play the second one for 2 stars, then the other one for 3 stars. If you just get 3 stars or do the Hall of Fame difficulty, it counts for all 3. You don't have to play 3 games, only play the one, play the Hop difficulty every single time. Because even if you lose, you'll still get more rewards. So anyway, started off heading to the defensive pressure. What I generally like to do against a lot of these AIs is switch my on-ball pressure to smother, my off-ball pressure to tight. I don't like doing denied ball just because sometimes they play up a little bit too far, and a lot of these AIs in offline modes will cut very aggressively to the basket, and the tight just kind of negates that just a little bit. The on-ball screen, I usually switch this to a go over. My hedge, I just have it as catch hedge. My on-ball screen, I go over, and my hedge also catch hedge, and we stay attached. You can also do some other things like go over on some of these screens, and you can 3/4 bottom the post. Also, you can switch your off-ball rules to switch all, screen help to no, and drive help to no. That's generally as far as I'll go, as well as just making sure transition defense is set on no threes, because if they ever get a stop on you, you do not want to get up an open 3 against a Hall of Fame difficulty player. So that's just how it works. Next, for the offensive settings, we're going to head over to our freelance, make sure it's the Hawks 2018, because we have two options for the Hawks 2018 freelance that really works well. The first, we're going to want to make sure that we have that pass and screen away selected in our plays here in play selection. And the second thing we're going to do, if we have the 2013 Heat playbook, is I'm pretty sure it's a, what is it? Which did I put on the, oh, this is the Warriors playbook. This is the quick 32 horns play that I've called a few times. I don't know why I switched to the Warriors, but I might have. Either way, this quick 32 horns play, really good, really cheesy. You can see we pass it to the shooting guard, pass it back to the point guard. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Let's go to it. The quick 32 horns, we pass it to the center. You can see the point guard runs down, sets the screen for the shooting guard as well as the power forward, and he loops around 3 screens to eventually get that pass in the corner. And if you want a specific person taking it, like let's say Richard Jefferson's who I want, you can hit triangle or Y, there we go, on Xbox, and then go over and select who you want it. I'm gonna have it as Richard Jefferson, and that's also why a tall PG works really well, because they can set those screens. I'm gonna just help out a little bit. If you want to take it a little bit farther, you can turn off the adaptive coaching engine, make sure your timeouts are on manual, your player substitutions are on manual, your substitutions are on manual. I like to do the offensive play vision, all plays, so when I show you guys about me running the plays, you'll see some like triangles and like dots on the floor. That's what that is. I also turn my play vision on, my play vision display on a full, my play calling messages on show all, and then my offensive play calling is auto, defensive play calling is manual, late game following is also manual, and my team communication, I have that set on offense and defense, with my freelance order on dynamic and repeat on success for the freelances. And then you can also turn on your help defense down to 0, just in case you want to. So once we have all of our settings set up, it's generally just trying to hit the MT marks on these. And because you get the Hall of Fame boost, which I think is a 1.5 multiplier, it's going to be pretty easy, I think, to hit a lot of these multipliers on a lot of these, I guess, games. It's really not too bad. So obviously you would love to win the jump ball if you can. If you can't, it's whatever. I'll see if I can win this really quick with Shaq to show you guys the play. Guess not. But on defense, because we already have the settings, all I like to do is put this into a half-court press, just because I'm more comfortable with it, making sure I'm controlling everything. And because Moses can't really shoot, I can kind of hold off on Shaq here, make sure I'm playing around. And if we get these opportunities to go on the fast break, it definitely helps, but it's not necessary. So first, we're going to start up, hit left on the D-pad, and go to quick 32 horns for our play. Make sure we're passing it off to Oscar Robertson, and we're going to have to do R1, pass it to our center, and then pass it to the shooting guard in this case. That's the guy lower, and you'll see Richard Jefferson looping around, and boom, wide open on the 3. Or not wide open on the 3, but open enough. The play kind of fell apart because my shooting guard went a little bit too low. You don't want to let him go into that into the paint area. There we go, some more defense, beautiful there. And we'll give it to Oscar Robertson, immediately give it to the point guard, and we'll call it again. I'll show you guys the correct way to run it, hopefully without it breaking down. Walk over to your center, pass it to your center, then pass it to the guy that's just standing down here, hold it like this, and if this happens, you just have some easy passes around, boom, to Oscar Robertson in the corner. Most of the time, that guy in the corner will run around, but if something like that happens where the AIs are making adjustments, just pass it quickly like that, and you'll be good. And for the defense, again, find whoever is the weakest shooter or whoever won't shoot, and just hope that I can off-ball enough. Sometimes they're going to score. It's just how it happens. They'll break it down. It's how it works. So I'm going to try the quick 32 horns one more time to see if we can get it to work 100% correctly. Just because you can see these AIs don't seem to be too enthused. There we go. You can see it. Richard Jefferson runs around, and you got that third screen. He gets the pass, and boom, just insanely open. If you have a jumper that you are comfortable with, it's just one of the easiest things to do in the entire world. It's literally such an easy thing. Now, I'm going to quit this game just because I'm not trying to sit here and play a full 30-minute game, but that is why I love that play in the Warriors playbook. It just works super nice. And then I'll just quickly switch this to the Heat playbook, and I'll show you guys that Heat play really quick after I load into the game. Okay, so for some reason 2K is glitching and actually not allowing me to switch my playbook, so I'm stuck with the Warriors one, but I think it's like, it's got flare at the end of it. It's like fist something flare down there. I would just recommend using the Warriors playbook since that's the one that I can show you, but there are a bunch of other plays that people work out with, but I wanted to show you guys at least why the freelance for the Hawks 2018 is so important. So we'll just quickly load into this game, and I'll show you guys also why it can be pretty crucial, especially against some teams like this who have pretty bad defense. If you have guys who have really good size ups and stuff like that you're comfortable dribbling with, this is a tip that a lot of people will use, or a system that a lot of people will use to basically get guaranteed buckets for a lot of these, because Finishing domination is just all about making sure you're getting assists, rebounds, stuff like that to just finish out the MT marks. So as long as you're getting good contests, some steals, some blocks, things like that, generally you'll be perfectly fine. Honestly, that's all it is. And we just got to make sure that these possessions go by a little bit. This is just essentially how I play my defense, just making sure I'm constantly switching, filling up the lanes that the ARs are leaving, getting good contests like that, and just getting points. So once we hit right on the D-pad, set up our freelance into Hawks 2018, we can then go to our plays on the left on the D-pad and pass and screen away. You can see just like that, the lane opens up. We get a 5-out, and we can just drive to the basket with Julius Erving around Moses Malone. Obviously, if that was Zach LaVine, it works better. But if you're a dribble god, what that does is gives you a 5-out. So you can, once you blow by that defender, you can get the AI to drop and just instantly kick it out to the corner and get an open 3. Or like I just did, drive to the basket, get a foul, and get 2 free throws, because whenever you get 10 free throws in the game, whatever your shooting percentage is on those free throws at the end of the game, you will actually get that amount of MT afterwards, which is always super nice. So we'll do it again. Now that we have our freelance called, we will pass and screen away. We now have Zach LaVine out here, who we can just boom, do that. There's the drop in the corner, right there for Richard Jefferson, and boom, easy 3. It's easy assist. You get 3 points like that. In the top right, the glue hands badge is popping up right there. Then we have assist and a wonderful quick little 3 points for made shot. So that's literally all you have to do. You mix it between those plays and you probably will win every single one of these games, even on Hall of Fame difficulty. You got jumpers you like with nice badges that are fully maxed out. And honestly, this domination won't be that bad. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. I'll help anybody else that has some questions, but like the video, subscribe, and all the wonderful stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.